Hey everybody, it's Christina of CraftyPaws. I wanted to share with you guys a process video on how to alter a candle. This is my third DT project for Jamie's Not Too Shabby Shop. And if you guys don't already know, Jamie has moved her shop from Zibbit to her own website, which I think is so fantastic. She even has in some of her products a little link so you can check out inspirational videos, like YouTube videos of people using those products. I just think that's awesome. She still has her Zibbit shop open, by the way, but you should go check it out quickly if you want to catch some really great closeout sales. She has everything in that shop 30% off, other than I think some lawn fawn items. So go check that out. Plus, you can use my coupon code CraftyPaws for an additional 10% off, even off of the sale prices. I chose this stamp, which I think Jamie has sold out of, but there are other beautiful Santoro stamps that she sells. And in particular, I chose this because of this kind of artistic look to this stamp. It's kind of mystical, magical. So I decided I was going to take this image, stamp it out a couple times, do some paper piecing, Copic coloring, and this is what I came up with. So the first one, the pattern paper has this little swoop here in the white kind of damask pattern in the background. So I decided I was going to try to match that swoop with her bodice. And I think that came out really pretty. And I wanted to play with some more Copic coloring. So I decided I was going to do some blue hair. And then I don't know if it's going to show up here very well, but I also use my white Jelly Roll pen to add some little white pearls into her hair. And I really like how that came out. It looks kind of magical to me. So you'll see that I did a more kind of traditional color palette for this one, but you'll also notice that the hair strands there came out looking really weird. And the reason that is because I had intended to cut out the whole image, but when I was Copic coloring, I got a big ink blob, and so I had to fussy cut all around it. But I didn't want to lose the hair, so I fussy cut it out this way. It's a lot of detail fussy cutting, but at the end of the day, it won't really matter because I'll be scanning both of these images into my computer and I'll be able to edit out any shadows or any lines or anything like that. So that's the way I made it work. So those are my paper pieced, bodices and Copic colored images. I scanned those into my computer. And you can see this is the scanned image. And you can see the color's not as rich or defined. It's a little bit dull, but it's still, I think, very beautiful. And then I took some tissue paper, just some plain white tissue paper, and I taped it down really well all along the edges so that it would run through my printer properly. And that is the printout. I actually lightened the images a little bit on my computer because I realized that these were coming out too saturated. And I really was so pleased with how the images printed out on the tissue paper. So now I'm going to be very careful and gingerly cut around both of these images because my plan is to embed this into candles. Now I'm going to get some wax paper. This is the wax paper that I just had in my kitchen. And take my candle and unwrap that. This was just a Dollar Tree candle. I was hoping to get a slightly larger one, but this is all they had when I went. But it smells divine. It smells like linen. So beautiful and clean. And I'm just going to put that wax paper over top. And that's really just to help me hold it when I use my heat gun. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's getting a kind of a shine. And the edges of the paper of the tissue paper are kind of disappearing into the candle. hopefully this has melted the tissue paper into the candle. Voila! I think it came out gorgeous. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna figure out what other embellishments I want to put on the candle, but even just as is, I think it's beautiful. So this is how the candle came out. I really like it, but I just thought it needed a little something extra. You could leave it totally plain like this for gift giving, but I had these really cute little heart studs that I thought I could just line the bottom with. I'm gonna do it in this kind of antique gold color. So these little studs come with little prongs, and you can just kind of eyeball, I think, place them around and just embed them into the wax. Isn't that pretty? And I think that adds a nice little finishing touch. You could add like little laces here, but you have to kind of be careful, I think, because if anybody does happen to light the candle, you don't want things that are flammable in there. So I wanted to come on and share my finished candles. I really do like how they came out. So the blue one, I embedded as many of these beautiful heart studs, that's what they call them. I bought this package at Michael's, as I could fit. I put them about an inch apart. I just eyeballed it, really. And that's the blue one. And I did the same thing for the pink one. And I just think that those metal studs really give a nice look. I used all but 3 of the studs in one package to do these 2 candles. And I hope that my crafty friends who I am planning on sending these to enjoy them. And don't forget, please check out Jamie's Not Too Shabby Shop at her new website. And if you're going to make a purchase, consider using the code CraftyPaws for 10% off your entire purchase. I just think these Santoro images are so elegant and perfect for a project like this. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!